Everybody, and welcome back to Trails to Daybreak, where we continue on with the rounds here.
You guys were awesome. You sure taught those boys a lesson. Shahina and Sarah both work so hard, I can tell. How could anyone be so mean to them? That's wrong. My big brother and I have known Shahina and Sarah since they first came to Tharbad. He says he has a lot of sympathy for them because they're two siblings who work hard, just like us. I totally agree. That's a good reason as any to make friends with someone.
Thanks for stepping in and rescuing Sarah and her sister, you guys. I've known those two for a long while. It's sad to say we've been seeing more and more visitors like those dirtbags walking our streets. Normally I work as a tour guide in the Sand Sea, shotting people in my car. But when those girls are out dancing, I take my customers to them. But things the way they are right now, though. I guess they're just all being more careful. Those two girls have been dancing ever since my little brother T Miller started helping me out with the business. It's been great. We've both grown our customer base and we will share our own customers with each other. We both win when we do good. I owe those two a lot for what they've done. What should I do? We can't ignore this problem any longer. It's getting out of hand. Wonder what his problem is. Keeps mumbling on about something. Beats me. Could be someone who needs our help.
Why don't we see if there are any bulletin rewards around here? Seeing as the film festival is being held too, I decided to take my husband up on his idea and come with our son on a business trip. I figured it would be nice, but I never anticipated that our son would hit it off so well with one of the local children. I want him to grow up to be wise and broad-minded, so I'm glad he's getting exposed to other cultures while he's still young. Did you say your son had a business opportunity? I'm glad my son's making friends with one of the local kids. Ever since I was sent out here to work, I've been working for an opportunity to bring my family to Tharbad. Alright, I misread what she said earlier. I'd only planned to take him on the film festival and go sightseeing. It's a perfect stroke of luck that he's found a friend. Oh, okay. And then, once the djinn appears in the lamp, it repeats the first word and leaves. That's awesome! Central Eastern fairy tales are neat and cool. I know, right? My grandma and the people from the temple tell me stories with different morals all the time. Do people like to tell any neat, weird stories where you're from? I'd love to hear them. Sure, I can tell you about them. But after that, I want to hear more about your fairy tales. Okay, then why don't we visit the temple? Mother Jamila knows a lot about stuff like that. I read a lot of picture books before, but the Central East has so many fairy tales I never heard of. Imani knows a lot about them. I'm gonna ask the Bishop Lady to tell me some. I'm so happy Selm likes hearing about Central Eastern fairy tales. Most kids who visit Tharbad don't really care about them. It's nice to meet someone who does.
Let's see what we've got.
Wow, a 4 SPG already. Guess Dingo got the word out about us. Good to know. Is there really that much demand for a spriggan service in a town like this, though? This isn't like Langport where Hayaway calls the shots. The braces can operate without anyone else putting on the squeeze.
Yeah, actually, the Tharbad branch is right over there. There's definitely bracers around.
This is all true, but anywhere you go, there'll always be people with more, sensitive needs who can't use bracer services easily. Plus, with the film festival almost here, the guild's probably short on hands and can't get to everyone who needs them. Right. Then I guess we picked a good time to show up and help those poor folks who'd otherwise fall through the cracks. Exactly, but remember, we're here on a mission. We can definitely help, but don't lose track of our priorities. Hey there, we're with ArcRide Solutions. You the manager looking for some help?
I am. You folks sure turned up quick. My name is Fasil. I oversee the bazaar here in the cultural district. Not to be rude, but do you mind if I cut to the chase and explain what I need?
By all means, take it away.
Thank you. As I wrote in my post, we've been having problems with a young girl who routinely steals from the stalls. I've been able to take a look the other way until now, but unfortunately it's starting to get out of hand. Some say I should just turn her into the police or the guild, but I'd rather not do anything that drastic. I mean, I've seen her. She's a kid. I was hoping you folks could wrangle her up for me so I could sit down and talk to her, try and work something out.
That's all you want us to do? If that's the case, you really could just talk to the guild. I'm sure Bracer would be happy to help you.
I can see why you think that, but I'm just interested in helping her. I don't want her to get in trouble. The Bracers, being who they are, would likely feel compelled to come down on her if they knew how much she's stolen. That's why I thought you and your team might be my best option. You don't need me to deal in absolutes the way everyone else does.
For a guy running a business org, you sure are being lenient with such a big-time shoplifter. What gives?
Let me guess. No, I already did that. Anyway.
Why do you want to give this girl a pass?
It's hard to admit these days, but it's a fair question. You see, when I was her age, I was also astute and made ends meet by stealing whatever I could. I was lucky enough to eventually find a job that let me earn an honest living. I shudder to think what would have become of me if I hadn't. I see a lot of myself in that girl, and want to give her a second chance.
Sure, I get you. Still awful generous of you, though. Okay, I think we have a good grasp of the situation. I can understand why you felt it was best to come to us.
Does that mean we're going to take this job?
You bet we are. Only question is whether we start right now or save it for later. We're good to go. Let's hammer out a plan of attack. Once we found her, we'll get in touch with you. Sound good?
Pretty much so. Thank you for agreeing to help. I'm going to get back to work now, but if you folks need anything, let me know.
Now, with that settled, first thing we need to do is gather some more information about our little thief.
We should speak to some of the merchants and find out what their experience with her has been.
Definitely. Might not be the worst idea to check in at the guild and do a little asking around. For the sound of things, it wouldn't surprise me if they have at least some kind of idea about what's going on.
That's true. If she's been stealing lots, they might know some stuff.
In that case, might as well hit up the temple while we're at it. I don't know what Tharbad's is like, but you'd think they'd take in orphans. They'd probably go out on patrols looking for them too. If this thief's an orphan, they might know about her. Good thinking. That's three stops on our tour then. The bazaar, the guild branch, of the temple. It's a good amount of people to talk to, but no need to rush. Just take your time and do it right. Ready to roll?
Let's see what we can find out.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
Oh my god, that's a lot of people.
Goddess Arusha.
Let me ask you something.
This. A serial shoplifter around the bazaar. Yes, I've heard about her. In fact, I've sent people into the bazaar to try and look for her. If this young girl is committing crimes because she has nowhere else to go, it is our duty to take her in and give her refuge.
That's so kind of you. How did the search go?
One person did manage to see her, but only once she vanished into the... only once? She has vanished into the ether since. It pains me to think that we aren't able to help her. If only we could find her and at least talk to her about her circumstances. Alas.
She must be pretty determined if she's trying that hard not to get caught. Thanks for talking to us, Father. We really appreciate it. Shall we find someone else to talk to?
Goddess Arusha.
Can we talk?
Yes, that's right. We're aware of a thief in the area. One of our bracers said they managed to catch a glimpse of her previously, but they haven't seen hide nor hair of her while patrolling the city since.
So, the guild's on the lookout for her. Well, that's good to know.
Sounds like it could be pretty tough to find her. Do you mind if we ask if the guild has a plan for what to do with her? Initially, we were planning to take her into custody, of course, but Frazzle and some of the merchants asked us not to be too harsh with her, so for the time being, we've been hands-off about it.
That's pretty much what Fazzle told us too, that he'd rather settle it privately.
Which is fair. If the merchants want to try and resolve it themselves, we can't butt in. I hope that answers your question. Good luck with your search.
Thanks. We got our way of figuring out these things. We'll make it work.
Time to find someone else to talk to. I have to talk to 4 damn people over here.
Come and see if you'd like.
Well, let's talk
Let
to
me ask you
Granny, I
something.
guess.
You're asking about the shoplifter? Yes, I've heard of her. She's never been to my stall, however, so I don't know much. A bracer actually asked me something similar earlier. I wonder what happened to her after that. You said a bracer talked to you? What did they ask? It was a while back, but I believe they were investigating how much damage she had caused. Personally, I have a really hard time seeing such a young girl struggling so badly. I pray that someone, be it a bracer or whoever, finds her and gets her the help she needs. I absolutely agree, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
Oh, come and see if you'd like.
Let me ask you something.
Looking for the infamous little thief, eh? I've definitely heard people talk about her. Can't say she's come to pay me a visit, though. Knowing Father, he probably doesn't want to press charges on her. Between you and me and the post, I think that's going too easy.
Honestly, I think so too.
Well, I figure there are consequences for what she's done. Then she'll grow up to be completely immoral. Not that I'm one to talk. I'm not the best role model either.
Well, we still appreciate what you had to share. Thanks, buddy.
Need some spices, perhaps?
Let me ask you something.
Oh, I know the girl you must be talking about. She sneaks into my shop all the time. How often would you say she tries to steal stuff from you, ma'am?
And how much too? That'd be good to know.
Let me think. I'd say she comes here about every other day. She never takes a lot. She's just a child. She can only carry so much.
So you know for a fact that you're dealing with a loner. She not any kind of gang or anything?
No, I've never seen her working with anybody else. She's always by herself. To be honest, I do feel for her. You hate to see someone so young live like that. Hopefully either the police or the temple can take her in soon and give her the help she needs.
That's what we're trying to make happen, ma'am. Thanks for talking to us. You've been a big help.
Need some spices, perhaps?
I'm stuck.
You won't find this just anywhere.
Let me ask you something.
Oh yeah, I know the girl you're looking for. She's in here. She's in here constantly. Last I saw her 2 days ago, I think.
That's really recent.
She looked desperate. You can tell she's going through a real rough patch. Her clothes are filthy. I can't not help a kid who's clearly just trying to survive, you know? So the trick is, I make some food for her and she gets to, well, steal it. Awfully generous for someone who's been targeted by her. You don't think she should be apprehended or something? Don't get me wrong. It'd be better for everyone if she stopped stealing from my shop. Last thing I need is word getting around that I'm some kind of easy mark and more organized thieves getting ideas. But I don't have the heart to stand there and watch a little girl starve right in front of me, so try to do what I can. Take good care of her when you find her, okay? I trust the bazaar manager will come up with something.
Of course, we're all on the same team. I think that's finally all the places we want to visit. Let's go back to the bazaar.
Alright, I think we dug up about as much as we're gonna find. Based on what we know, we can probably assume this girl has no friends or family. None living, anyway. She seems to live on her own and looks after herself, and no one else. And she's pretty damn good at swiping stuff. It takes skill to avoid getting noticed by people from both the guild and the temple, outside of that handful of times.
Which means it's not going to be easy to find her. Don't worry, you've got me, remember? I'm sure if we work together, we can nab her.
One would hope. She might be better than average, but we are still dealing with a kid here. Shouldn't be impossible. Right. Now that we know the score, we should try setting up a stakeout. She doesn't know we're looking for her, so with any luck, she might come out of hiding if we wait long enough. You really think, dude? How the hell do you know How the hell do you even know? I mean, what if she doesn't show up today?
We don't, but 2 of the shopkeepers we talked to did mention they last saw her 2 days ago. Enough time has passed that she might need to come out again.
That's my opinion too. As for where we'll set up, let's talk to the stall owners who we saw before. With any luck, we can all work together.
One at a time, are you
Need some
serious?
spices, perhaps.
Nice to see you all again. Is there something I can do for you?
Yeah, it's about that shoplifter we mentioned earlier. There's something we wanted to discuss with you and the other owner across the street. Would you come with me?
Sure, I don't mind.
Basically, knowing what we know now, we want to set up a stakeout within the bazaar and see if she turns up. Would you two mind if we head out inside your shops to keep an eye out?
Go right ahead. You'll be doing a favor if you manage to capture her.
Yeah, what she said. Plus the manager hired you guys. Of course we trust you. We'd be happy to work with you.
Thank goodness. We're glad you understand. Thank you both so much.
Okay, with that settled, let's split up and get to work. Agnes and Farida, you take one stall. You, punk, are sticking with me. We'll set up shop in the other stall. Hope you don't regret bringing me along, Chief. Now, to deliver. Now you have to deliver and show me how good you are.
We've got this, Fairy. We'll catch her.
There she is.
That girl over there, could she be the one? She does look very cautious of her surroundings, like a thief would be when scoping a place out. She's so small. It's sad to see her steal so much in order to survive.
Hey, she's coming this way. That works out nicely for us. Once we see her steal something, we'll close in and nab her.
Well, that's all the shopping I need done for the day. On a different note, the film festival sure has brought a lot of awful people into town. This place already gets hot. Now it's gonna feel stuffy everywhere you go because of the crowds.
Maybe so, but I certainly can't complain about having more customers. I'm happy they're here.
The pickpocket slipped an apple into her bag when she thought nobody was looking. Dang, kid. You really are smooth with your hands. There's no need to be scared. We're what you might call problem solvers. We're not here to turn you over to the cops or anything. We just want to talk for a bit, that's all. Like it or not, we need you to come with us.
With a quick feint, the girl managed to sneak straight past Van.
Hey! How's it feel letting a little kid give you the slip?
Van, is everything okay? I saw that girl run towards the inn.
Don't worry, old man. We'll clean your mess up. Let's move, girls.
This street's pretty crowded. How will we figure out where she went?
That must be the idea. Blend into all these people and get out unnoticed. Hell, if it isn't gonna work on a couple of pros like us, though. I mean, hell if it is. Oh, wow, she is right there. Gotcha, you little punk! What the... Damn! How the hell is she so slippery?
Did she literally just jump onto that tarp and start running?
Oh boy. I can already tell she's gonna drag this thing out.
Let me go after her next. She might be light on her feet, but she's not as light as this proud Kruger warrior. Quit running and stop right there! I promise you want to hear what we have to say! Don't go wasting food like that! I'm so embarrassed. She managed to shake me off.
You should have forgotten the apple and stayed on her tail. What the hell were you thinking?
But she stole it! I thought it would be terrible for stolen food to go to waste like that. That's really admirable of you, Fairy. I think it's important to keep stuff like that in mind, too.
She made a break for the entertainment district, which actually might be a blessing in disguise. That area's a lot more wide open, so she won't nearly have as many places to hide. This will be our chance to finally surround her and take her in. Everybody ready?
For sure. It's gonna be Agnes who just walks up behind her and puts a hand on her shoulder.
There she is, over there.
I don't see her anywhere, but she had to have had run into this parking lot.
We're in luck if so. It's a dead end, so she'll have nowhere else to go. Let's split up and search for her while keeping the exit sealed off. She won't get away this time. I'll guard the entryway then. No way in Gehenna she'll get past me.
I think I'll go with him. 2 guards are better than 1.
Sounds good. In that case, on yes, you and I will search the perimeter. Keep a close eye out for her. She could pop up and try to book it at any time.
Right, we'll catch her for sure. There she is. It's the thief.
I'll circle around from the right. You flank her from the other way, alright?
Okay. There you are. We finally found you. Do we really have to keep running? You must be exhausted at this point. Can we at least sit down and talk? There's someone who's really concerned about you. You shouldn't be stealing like this. Yeah, right. Why would I believe you?
Will you give it a rest already? We're trying to do right by you. You're not getting away from us. Just grow up and turn yourself in already. Running only makes it worse.
How can I let this happen?
Alright, now that we finally get to meet, why don't you tell us your name? Can you do that?
There's no getting away now, kid. You have nothing else to lose. You might as well talk.
My name's Sinem, I guess. I know it's bad to steal from the bazaar, but I'm not sorry about it. If I have to steal so I don't die, then I'll steal as much as I have to, period. That's fair, in its way. It sounds like you really don't have much of a choice.
It's reasonable enough. In that case, let me ask you another question. Where's your family? How have you been living up to this point?
My mom and I used to live in the country, but eventually we ran out of money, so we had to move to find work. Ever since my mom got sick and died, I've been alone. I used to do random jobs while going from place to place. Oh, Sinem, I'm so sorry, but you could have gone to the temple. They would have helped you. In fact, it might not be too late now. Maybe they'll still take you in.
Exactly. That's also what I thought.
You guys must be joking. I'm more than just a thief, you know. I've done all kinds of bad stuff in order to survive, like delivering sketchy packages for people. Someone like me doesn't deserve to be taken in.
Oh, now you act all noble and mature. Same logic you got there, kid.
Whatever. Are we done talking? Just turn me over to the cops and get it over with. You're wasting my time.
I'm not going to turn you in. I brought these people in on this precisely to avoid that outcome. Now I'm not sure what to do. I was originally going to talk to the temple and ask them to look after her. What do you think we should do?
Good question. Let me think. Try as she might to resist, leaving her with the temple is still probably the safest bet. If not that, she at least needs someone who can rein her in and set her straight. I definitely agree that with a personality like hers, she'd have a real tough time fitting in over at the temple. Would you be open to taking her in yourself?
Actually, I thought about that as well. We have an empty apartment we normally rent out for caravans that's going unoccupied, so she'd still have a place to stay. You know what? I'll do it. This must be Arusha's hand at work. I'd be happy to be your guardian for a while. I'll even have you come work for us in the bazaar.
Say what? Who would want a thief working there, especially with everything I've taken? Oh, I get it. You just want to feel good about yourselves for being so kind to some poor little girl who's been down on her luck. If that's all you think about me, I'll stay on my own and steal to survive. Thank you very much.
I was once in your shoes, believe it or not. There was once this noisy merchant who couldn't keep to himself. He took me in, gave me a place to stay, taught me how to work, and eventually I ended up in charge of the whole bazaar. I've always wanted to give something back for getting a second chance, and yes, I see that opportunity in you, Sinem. You may think my offer is insincere. Honestly, that's fair, but I think it is still the right thing to do for your situation, one way or another.
It's okay. I'm sure once you talk to all the store owners and explain your situation to them, they'll let you stay. You're going to have to be a little brave, but it's a chance to make a fresh start. I think it'll be worth it.
What she said. If you don't want to get too familiar with the cops, now's the time to start getting your act together. It sounds like you don't exactly enjoy living the way you do. So, what's the harm in taking him up on the offer?
When you guys put it like that, I guess I can't refuse. I'll work for you. Alright, I'll work for you in your freaking bazaar. If you insist. I mean, if you really want me, that is.
Of course I do. We'd be happy to have you aboard.
That solves that.
Finally, that girl sure made us earn our keep.
Don't I know it? Thanks for going to all the trouble. I really appreciate it. Now it's my turn to do the heavy lifting and support her. We've got a long road ahead of us, starting with getting the whole bazaar on board, but one way or another we'll make it work.
I bet you will. Good luck, mister.
Thanks. I'll never forget what you all have done for us.
All in a day's work.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Well, just a quick break, that's all.
Okay, now we gotta head to the entertainment district because we've done everything we can over here.
Central Eastern culture is so...
Oh my. Oh shit. This place is a little big.
Not this way.
Wait, we should visit the hotel before we explore this place.
Where's next?
This looks like the entertainment district. It's still pretty new. I think it opened only a decade or so ago. It certainly is bustling. For real, last time I was here there wasn't this many people.
Ain't just Cavadarian tourists either. Lots of folks coming in for the Central East by the looks of it. This festival's shaping up to be even bigger than Messeldum's, especially with that parade they're putting on.
I'm excited.
Look, I got nothing against a good festival or parade, but if you ask me, the real excitement's in that casino. We're not going gambling, punk. Not like we got that much time to kill anyway.
Let's make our way to the hotel. After that, we can walk around and do some shopping.
Nobody knows how to have fun around here.
Cause every night